Okay, so this is a quick video I wanted to make in response to Jim Jones, who asked, where can you get a Trinidadian Dholak in Toronto? It's difficult to do. Most people I know who have a Trinidadian Dholak here had the specs sent to Trinidad and somebody made it. I think right now the drum crafters in Trinidad are probably, here and there, it's probably not as big of an art as it used to be, but I think the people who are making them know exactly what they're doing. Probably knowledge passed down from maybe their family or whoever they learned from. And with that, I think the Dholaks that you see made in Trinidad are excellent. The craftsmanship is unbelievable. So from the finish and the skins and the rope and everything they make is excellent. I think. So this question is for all people, because other people have asked me as well where you can get a Trinidad Dholak. Even for myself, I have my different Dholaks here. So the one I use for and yeah, it's important to keep your Dholak in a bag, especially here. My mother just sold this one. I guess if you find a custom crafts person, you could get bags to cover. I'm going to cover a few different things in here. So this is the bag, has 2 zips on the top. It's just a strong material, just protects it basically. Anyways, this Dholak, I just painted it with regular interior black paint, and this rope is just not really cotton, has plastic content as well, so when you burn it, it kind of shrivels up as opposed to just burning like cotton. This bamboo, my uncle Robert Ramlal gave me this piece of skin. Most people here just buy skin from Gerrard Street, like Kalakandar, which is good too, but for Trinidadian drums, we usually make a lower smaller rim. I did something wonderful by trying to tune this with a tabla hammer and it was too dry, so I busted it, even though this is my favorite drum. But anyways, yeah, this is how it is. And the reason why I think the thinner bamboos look neater as well, when you pull them low, you're not gonna cut your hand from the way that other drums are made. I'll show you that in a moment. But for example, I was playing the other day and things like this is just a blood clot. It happens when you play. It doesn't hurt, just annoying. And this skin was from Gerrard Street. As you could see, I was trying different ways of how I could cover it myself. So what I did with this one is I just put the skin on, then I put the bamboo on, then I tucked everything in, which made it too small, so that's why it came out like this. The masala sounds okay, but as you can see, it didn't soak through. But what I wanted to tell you about this shell is that even though I covered it like a Trinidadian shell, it's actually a drum from Bina. I could put the link up. My dad just, as you can see where the nut and bolt original hole used to be, my dad bought this and he made it like a traditional classical drum. So he took those same, they're a little nicer than the regular eye hooks, but he put them in here and just about, I'd say a little less than 3/4 way down. So you could tune this independently. You have the bass on that side, and you could, if you want a sharp high tal, you could do that. This drum, like I was saying, this drum I prefer even. So I'll put this drum. This is my favorite drum. I just need to figure out a way to, I like the light kind of skin on it. As you can see, the spine running up the top. grateful for this piece of skin, but I'm looking for a way to bleach it. This was a nice small drum, the first drum I had. It had a different finish, but I just sanded it out and covered it with a clear, not too glossy stain. Anyways, as I was mentioning, this is the type of skin that you buy from Gerrard Street or just from Indian stores. The bamboo's a bit thicker. The benefit of that is by the time you pull that and it's level, the skin is all the way down already, so you're getting a nice sharp high sound. And as you can see, they bleach it somehow without, it compromises the sound a little bit, but not too much. And it's not pulled, so that's why. But anyways, this is a nice thin, this is a plastic rope, poly something, poly whatever. And I got it from Canadian Tire. They sell it in, what is it, like 90-foot length or something. You can buy that. I like the thin rope because it doesn't kill your fingers when you're pulling it. This is really the drum I wanted to show you. I'm just keeping it in a pillowcase for now. I would love to get a, I know you can't really have leather bags because leather is cow, and that's not a good thing. But no, I want to get some vinyl bags sewn eventually. So yeah, this, I covered it like I used the old Indian bamboo, and I covered it with a piece of skin that we got from a store over here. Luckily, my friends also play Tasa, so they Team Mystic. So we're all looking out for goat skin when we see some for bass drums. This skin is originally from Trinidad. I was very lucky. My Uncle Clifford Ramdahani, excellent classical singer, gave me this drum as a gift. It was very different before. This is Trinidadian. It used to be a much smaller tal. I would say maybe like 5 inches or something across. But I realized that even though it sounded like a tabla, it sounded nice. I was getting arthritis in this finger alone, so I had to do something about it, and I didn't want to sell it. So I cut it a little, my dad helped me cut this a little lower. And as I sanded it out and put this rope on it. In another video, I think I'll show how my dad was showing me how to do this traditional braid. This drum sounds pretty wicked too, at least in my opinion, but in this weather, you could see masala crack. Anyways, what I did with this bass is I should have soaked it in castor oil, which I did with this one, and it can withstand the cold temperatures. But what I did was I used first I used ghee, so it hardened up, and then I used canola oil, which is a little better, but it wasn't ideal. The masala is East Indian as well, so I gotta get some good Trinidadian masala when somebody's coming along. The reason why I say Trinidadian drums are completely different than East Indian drums is because, for one thing, I have this measuring tape here. Generally speaking, you'll find that it is much wider around the middle, or some people call it the belly. The bass is usually much bigger. This is probably about bigger than 9, I would say. And the tal was much smaller, almost 5, but I cut this back. And you could see that still, the proportions are still, the ratio from tal to bass is not like how East Indian drums are usually, not as much of a difference. Which is not a bad thing, it's just a different application. So the thing about this as well is it's way heavier. This is coconut wood. So most Trinidadian drums you'll find will probably be coconut wood or mango wood or koa. those tropical woods, if you check out, they call it the Janka scale. It'll tell you the density of wood. I think it's the density, but anyway, the hardness of wood. And these woods are much superior to things like cedar and what else do they use? Rosewood and shisham and all that. I don't know about shisham, but cherry, whatever else they use, these really hold in the sound, and they're very loud drums. The one downfall of this generation, I would say, is that we've been using wood lathes to making our drums these days, so they're very smooth inside. But this drum that this is my friend Hamesh's drum. It's a beautiful drum. He just gave it to me. I'm gonna sand it out, do some nice stuff with it. But as you could see right from the ridge, all the way inside, do you see those chisel marks? Amazingly made. Somebody probably did all of this by hand with a chisel. And even though you see the size of this drum, when this drum has good skin on it, it just, next drums can't compare to this drum. This drum is wicked. As you see the construction of it, traditional style, it was far superior. Usually when you have these drain holes going down, like you'll see sections where it kind of increases the surface area and the sound is louder. So those are the main things I really wanted to say for now. I'm going to be adding some more stuff, and for the people who wanted Trinidadian classical drums of that quality, I think I'm going to keep a lookout. I know there are a few drum makers here in Toronto, but it's mostly imports, and you'll see people carry them as hand luggage or other difficult things, so that's why they're not so readily available. If there are drum makers in Trinidad and they see this video, you guys are the ones with the expertise. I hope, put out some videos so that even, I'd love to learn some stuff. But yeah, as well, I'm just saying here from Toronto, if there is a drum maker who has a way of shipping drums here, there's a huge market here and drums would definitely sell. There's a lot of people who want to learn classical. There's a lot of people who just want that quality of a drum for Trinidadian music. I'm not putting down East Indian drums. I'm just saying, we like Trinidadian drums. So I just want to show you, I don't know if you could see here, the snow. And that's exactly why the conditions that a drum, if you tell a drum player in Trinidad about, the things that, you have to put gear or whatever, but this is a completely different, especially if you put that drum down in the cold and you leave it, you're gonna have to redo everything. So if you have a drum, play it on a regular basis, keep it somewhere warm. I used to not keep my drum in a bag, and I learned the hard way. So yeah, again, any comments, any feedback, other drum makers, we're lucky to have a lot of people who can repair drums here. We have Ravi Jadunana, and we have, you could pick up your skins at Kalakanda or somewhere in Brampton. There's all kind of places. So if you have any feedback or any comments or anything, just let me know. I'm trying to make videos to help out the drummers in Toronto and wherever. So yeah, just let me know. Thanks a lot.